This is our next battle report. We have the second part of the story. We didn't film the first part, where this is some sort of Imperial refinery that's been totally overrun by Chaos forces. The Bakeshi Rangers are all dead, and some more guard have turned up because you can never get enough. And also the Inquisitor has been backed up here by some of her acolytes, facing off against these raptors and bikers that were here from last time. And also the word bearer has landed with the psychic minions that he's captured from the previous battle report. So this is our culmination of the 3 missions, and the forces of Chaos are trying to hold on to these objectives and plant viruses that will then spread across the atmosphere processing units across the planet. So we'll get into it and give you updates as we go along.
Come to dinner.
Okay, on the back end of this complex, sneaking through the Serpent's entrance, we have the Inquisitor and a retinue have managed to get her force field down.
Only just.
Only just.
Was that sneaking or was it firing everything you had at?
It was doing it very loudly in a sneaky way. It was like,
Bring up the thunder hammer.
yeah. Okay, so that was lucky. I'm going to pass you over to John and he can tell you how he had far more success than I did in a more spectacular fashion.
Okay, so yeah, it is hard to operate a keypad with lightning claws. That's a known, it's a known issue. Being Imperial Guard, I brought numerous melter guns. So the 2 force fields over on this side of the table were just overloaded by an incredible stream of melty energy. Unfortunately, that leaves us now just waiting to advance into the complex. So hopefully we don't get attacked and savaged by Chaos forces in the meantime.
Okay, first turn for Chaos, and I've dipped into my summoning pool. Got a pretty good roll, and there is a Demon Prince suddenly. That was pretty much it for me. The psychic minions scurrying over here to try and decipher this control panel. I suspect we'll need some AdMech to work that out.
We captured it for Chaos!
They thought it was a drinks dispenser.
Yeah, that was it for me really. I'll hand you over to Paul and he'll just run you through what happened with the Night Lords.
You had 2 units of fallen bikers move up and pounded the wall with as many guns as they can carry and took 1 wound off of it. Then they had to charge into it and the first guy actually put his fist for it without even trying. And fell over.
They just drove their bike straight through it. awesome metal shard.
There was no punching
While standing on the saddle.
You just attached the power fist to the front of the bike. Power ram.
A unit of raptors moved up as close as they could to it and fired their plasma weaponry. The sergeant, 2 guys with plasma guns. No overcharging, just fired at it and it went down straight away, no problem.
Nice.
And the others just stood around clapping.
Look, there are off buttons installed here for a reason. Stop blowing up all the tech. We worked really hard at some point hundreds of years ago.
Just for target
this.
practice.
Somewhere in Mechanicus headquarters, the little alarm starts going off. Beep, beep, beep. Unauthorised maintenance in the bagging area.
Over to the Imperium.
Okay, the Inquisitor's stealthily moving up. She's not sure what's in these corridors, so she's taking the time. But she can just see a console, and it looks like there's no viruses in it.
It's quiet.
Yeah, so luckily, because
quiet.
she doesn't have much Bitcoin left, so she wants to get there first. And that's me. I'm going to pass you over to John.
So with the force fields down, the guard begin advancing into this ominous, creepy, empty-looking refinery area. On the plus side, reinforcements. Things are looking up. More on that very shortly, I think. So these guys are going to look to move to the side of the corridor and let the real men get to the front, where they can get shot and punched.
See how it's done.
Over at this end of the complex, there's some rather scary, horrible noises. Can't see anything to shoot at yet. but there are some rather scary, horrible noises. So we're forming a firing squad, ready to take our best shot at anything that comes round that corner.
Before you see it, John.
Any horrible, horrible things that come round that corner in the not too distant future. So, yeah, sell your lives dearly, lads.
Turned up a little bit late to the battle as I was praying too hard this morning. The vanguard have rushed into the foray, backed up by a formidable ironclad.
We interrupt this battle report to bring you hilarious failure by chaos. The charge here should have been fine. John's heroic guys overwatching for their lives. I think one dude blew himself up.
Yeah.
You know.
Look, so if you're not going to overcharge now, when are you?
Yeah. But between the frankly ridiculous level of success with las guns and the overcharged plasmas, stripped 6 wounds off the Demon Prince. He failed the charge, and these guys get the first heroic citation.
He got shot in the eye.
The game.
He's stumbling around in a circle going.
He'll grow more eyes. It's fine.
Next turn.
Next turn. Okay, the end of the turn 2. Yeah. A little bit more summoning going on.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's me done. That's my army now. So we got some bloodletters on a bridge. Stuck.
The nerd demons have been assembled, right?
The psychic moops are spreading out and doing objective-y things. That was it for me. Paul, what did your guys go up to?
My lord has moved around, ready to jump onto here, but some demons appeared where he was going to jump, so he's just stayed and watched. Clapton. The rest of my guys have moved forward with a jump axe, burning around a corner. Hit the Imperial Guard squad opposite with as much firepower as they could. And
Yeah, there was another squad there, wasn't there? That
on the left-hand side,
yeah,
so we
yeah.
managed to whittle them down a little bit.
Well, they're dead.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Unfortunately, we couldn't scare them, they all died.
Losses were total.
And then we watched the Demon Prince absorb every shot that come at him, so we thought we won't charge into that unit because it'd probably do the same to us.
There's
And
fleshy
also-
abundance all over the
And
place.
also because you shot a different unit.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter no more, does it?
Does it?
Welcome to eighth.
And my bikers have
Yeah.
moved 12 inches around the corner, eyeing up this guardsman unit. I used veterans of the Long War and fired bolters into them and killed 5. Then I've charged in and I've only killed 2 in the combat, and they got 1 hit back, and I made a save. That's the end of it. And my other chaps have just burned straight past them, 20 inches up towards that console. They thought it was an Xbox or something, so they've gone to have a look. That's it. That's it.
Well, you're Slanetic,
That's
you
it.
probably thought it was a sex box.
Well, yeah, we thought it was sex box. That's it, sorry.
That was most of our term, but there's some reserves. What's going on here? Kieran?
Triggering ambush in Operation.exe. We have arrived and are very confused.
It is I must say, it is an extremely triggering ambush.
Alright. That's turn 2.
Okay, turn 3.
Might be okay.
The Inquisitor and the retinue are slowly walking forward. A few pot shots, but that's the excitement that I had in my turn.
It seems like the Inquisitor has turned off their comlink, because there's actually plenty of excitement going on. Screams, lots of screams. We fell back to the edge of this this corridor here to allow the Black Templars through to deal with those horrible, ravening Chaos Bikers, which is great. You know, we managed to take one of them out with a grenade. The Black Templars stab the rest. Of course, now we have horrible, ravening Black Templars to deal with, because it looks like they have plans for this force field here, which gives my guardsmen the screaming heebie-jeebies, frankly. Sadly, over here, despite the fact that this is the heroic clutch moment of ultimate bravery, as per usual, that resulted in a complete failure to actually accomplish anything. So we're now right back where we started, staring down the barrel of a massive Demon Prince. ho-hum. At least no one will know of the embarrassment of this poor veteran squad when they're messily eviscerated in a couple of seconds' time.
Okay, Black Templars have finally got off their knees praying and have run forward to give the first few bikes a little bit of a kick in, and now are staring into the abyss, doing what Templars do. These guys are still praying, but we'll see what they do next.
We had a plan this turn. It was going well. The force field was dropped. The baying hordes of demons poured in, and you'll notice that there are no demons, and the Templars continue in their wrath.
Rampage.
Yeah, to rampage around the corridors.
Forever.
My other demon over here charged into John's guys. He did okay. Less well than you might have thought.
I wounded him! Yay! 3 dead guardsmen, wasn't it, trampled?
Yeah, I think 3 dead guardsmen, so he'll get there eventually, I assume. He healed some wounds back as well because of his psychic powers.
It's so depressing.
Oh, I didn't take a feel no pain again, so I'll just forget about that.
Yeah,
I feel shame.
please do.
You keep forgetting about it, and that's the
Yeah,
problem.
exactly. That was it for me. I'll hand you over to the other guys to talk you through what they got to.
Right, the Nightingale guys in front of you had to back up their allies and shot towards the force field door here and managed to take it out, overcharging plasma guns. Luckily didn't kill anyone and managed to penetrate it, allowing the demons to charge in and do their best.
Can I just say, I forgot to mention, they did really, really well. They got like 20 hits out of 20 and I think 16 wounds, and then storm shields happened.
Yep.
I think it's well, just a little
Storm shields for the
honourable
win.
mention on these Black Templars. They tanked so much.
Yeah,
It was insane,
crazy.
wasn't it?
It was classic heroic shield wall in the breach kind of moment.
Definitely a shield wall. And also, these guys over the back here came back from the control panel because they realised it wasn't the one they was after, and for used veterans of the Long War to shoot the Black Templars in the back. Luckily enough, they had the shields all facing forward, so 2 of them managed to drop. But now they've spotted my guys after they killed the demons, and they're off to go and kill my last bikers.
As you can see, we're responding to a technical issue involving a broken toner cartridge, and have encountered a rival technical team who thinks they know what the problem is when it's clearly an error hash mark 204 rather than a 406, which any idiot would actually know if they read the damn ticket report, Steve. In any case, I caused 1 wound with a flamethrower, took 1 wound in Overwatch, and then nothing happened because, you know, it's a kind of classic priority clash. So, I just rolled rubbish. Next turn, I'll be rolling fewer dice, so maybe that'll be better for me.
Okay, so top of turn 4, and it's fine. The game's finally started because the Inquisitor's actually got herself into trouble.
I love how half of us are dead at this point, and Steve's like, the game started because I'm in it.
Of course, right? That is the start of the game, right? I mean, like when the Inquisitor does something, right? That's when the clock starts ticking. I mean, you're technically on turn like -3 and -2 and -1, right? Okay, so here we go, right? The Assassins lost 2, the Terminators lost 1, but they took out 1 of the big beastie robots, which was pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy now, and I've also secured 1 of these consoles and uploaded the counter-virus. Dum dum dum. Okay, I'm going to pass over to John now, and he can talk about his survivors. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I was 6 on the Assassin.
So, the last of those interloping Chaos Bikers has been taken out. They were hosed down with fire from the Imperial Guard firing squad over here. And then the Black Templars went and finished them off. So now, the way is clear to another one of the consoles. Objective. Remember the objective. We are remembering the objective because my actual commanders are still alive, cowering at the back. However, there's still a lot of savage, fast-moving Chaos bogies in the area. So we're hoping that someone might have a plan to deal with that bridge.
John, you need to put a positive spin on it, because when your guard are retreating, they're going to be leading from the front.
Well, someone's got to take the casualty list back to HQ, right?
We're securing the exit, sir.
Over here, we're down to our last man standing. Sergeant Rock Hardwell over here, still going toe to toe with the Demon Prince. The embarrassed Demon Prince.
He can hang out with Sergeant Super Saiyan from my last game.
Yeah, exactly. So it's now all about the guards scuttling off to find some consoles while the Black Templars try and hold off the evil Chaos forces.
Blood Brothers have run back into another combat, assisting to clear out the last of the bikers, and are now looking to secure the next breachhead. They care not for objectives. This is all about clearing out heretics and punishing the evil. This is no concern.
Quick, you need to put up an image of the Emperor on there.
Is my concern. This is my solution.
Absolution.
Hi, I'm Guy Magnum, and you may recognise me from the Bakeshi News channel. Next Door Demon, people do the funniest things with combat knives, and many, many more quality productions. Today, I have something you really need to know about. Have you noticed that the Bakeshi system isn't what it used to be? Cultists on every street, dark rituals aplenty, and people going missing, most likely as human sacrifices to the dark gods. Every day I report on a new outbreak of violence. People aren't even safe in their own homes, with attacks on properties on the rise. But there is an answer, and the good upstanding Imperial citizens at Home Green Protection have it. Let me tell you about it. For only 49,999 creds, you can buy the ultimate home protection system. You deserve peace of mind, especially in times like these. If home security isn't good enough, the Home Green 1000 home plan is also 100% portable and gives you the same protection when you're out and about. For just 49,999 creds, you will receive one fully grown Bullgreen, completely house trained and eager to put you at the centre of their world. Never feel threatened again, and what's more, make it part of the family. The Home Green 1000 package is the package that just keeps giving, all for 49,999 creds. Of course, you may be concerned about the ongoing expenses. Let me tell you what the folks at Home Green Protection have done. Place your order before the end of Sanctus Vitae and they will give you 1 year's free medical insurance, and what's more, if your Bullgreen is in the med bay, they will provide a security team to make sure you feel totally secure. So surely 49,999 creds is a small price to pay for your peace of mind and well-being. One last gift the swell guys and gals at Home Green Protection will throw in is a Commissar control cap. All you need to do is wear it for a few weeks until your Bullgreen recognises your commands. All this for just 49,999 creds. Order your Home Green 1000 package today and receive these incredible extras. 1 year free med insurance and your genuine pleather Commissar control cap. All for 49,999 creds. I have one at home and have never slept so well.
Yes, that's right.
Not a lot to report down this end.
A couple of guardsmen.
Having taken the best part of the game to deal with the horrific threat of one guard squad, this Demon Prince has run away. So he's fallen back, moved to do something about the bridge. Paul's guys being all Night Lordsy and not jumping in immediately and getting into position. That was really it down this end. Some of my psychers finally got to the big engine vent thing, So that's an objective claimed. I think a lot of the action going on down here. So I'll hand you over to Kieran to talk you through that.
Okay, state of play has changed over in this increasingly cramped but slightly but slowly decluttering corridor. Basically, it turns out assassins really die quickly if you just line up behind the combat they're in and shoot them with bullets, which is why I like pistols now. And we managed to take down one Terminator by just tasing him to death. So, yeah, that's about it. No more assassins, tased Termy, and we have blokes at the back who are doing increasingly unsanctioned things to that computer. The poor ports.
And the last bikes have just been terminated over here, shot down by the guard. 2 of them died, and then one was charged into by all these Black Templars, and the last guy to swing with a thunder hammer killed him. Huzzah! And the rest of my Night Lords in the next turn have moved across out of the way to try and hide and find a few shots through the doorway, killed a couple of guardsmen, but no one knows where the shots came from. And my Lord has sneaked around the side there. He's left them to their fate, probably.
Okay, this went a little bit better than I thought. I managed to kill the big robot and a couple of the little guys, so that's pretty decent. Over here, the assassin landed and kind of failed, but nonetheless it looks pretty epic, so that's pretty cool. So I had a fun turn in my turn 2 of this game. And then I'll pass you over to John and we can find out what the guard have been up to. Oh, and by the way, the priest is holding this objective.
So, here in the central chamber where all the really dramatic fighting has been going on, we're now temporarily free of Night Lords, thanks to the valiant Black Templars here, which has given my commander an opportunity to issue the guard's favourite order: move, 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 and peg it for the objective, which they have duly done. So we're now looking essentially to hold this dead end until we run out of bodies. It's all getting very, very heroic, very last standy.
Not having anyone to fight at this moment in time, we've consolidated into a position ready to take an inevitable hit coming our way. Very outmanoeuvred, so not worth us going anywhere at the moment, so we're going to sit down and have a little pray.
Another interruption in the middle of the turn because the Nurgle Demon Prince's nightmare continues, charging in against the lowly Commissar.
I'm a Commissar Lord!
Oh, is it Commissar Lord? Well, that's fine. That's fine then. That explains how he shrugged off all of those refractor field saves.
2 or 3 wounds, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, one went through, which does quite a lot. But this Demon Prince is having a bad day, man. Back in then at the end of the Chaos turn. John's Commissar actually dealt some damage back on my Demon Prince.
How about you?
So the failures compile one after the other.
Avast.
And the melee going on there. I'll just talk you through the rest of my stuff and then Paul can explain what happened with the Night Lords. Over here, where the Calidus assassin popped up, there was this horrible psychic maelstrom where basically everyone died except the sorcerer with 1 wound left. There were mortal wounds flying around all over the place. It was a bit mad. That was more or less it for my turn. Over to the other guys.
Night Lord Raptors over this side, and they jumped across, moved in towards combat, and then overcharged their plasma guns and tore the Dreadnought down in front of all the Imperial Marines.
Right before the Demon Prince could charge it.
And the Demon Prince got the right ump and decided to go just for the lonely guardsman instead.
And it went really
and left the Chaos Raptors to go and do their best against the Black Templars, which was the worst they could do, probably. There's only 1 guy left, and that's the Lord. I lost 2 guys going into Overwatch and 4 in the combat, and I only killed 1 guy in return. so not the best of turns for them guys. The Lord luckily didn't get hit on the head with the thunder hammer twice, and he's still there at the moment on his Todd. Well, with the Demon Prince near him, who's still got the upper with him. That's me done.
Okay, now we rejoin the epic battle at the servo farm, and the bodies are still piling up. I've lost. No one's walking away a solid winner on this one, because I have a handful of my bog standard troops left versus unwounded demon hunter in Terminator armour, a real Terminator, and this guy who's still futzing with the electronics, which he shouldn't be touching with ungloved hands. You're getting grease all over everything, you little shit.
Okay, I think that was the end of a turn. I'm not sure what number it was.
Many turns.
Yeah, I think the dice have run out of numbers, but it could be 6. We'll say 6. Over here, I managed to kill the Warlord and the Sarge from the...
Infiltrators.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called, but they're...
Catering bastards.
That's it. So I'm still holding this objective for the Imperium.
And reading the manual.
Reading the manual. Trying to figure out how to print, and it's just not happening.
Thank you for choosing the Armstrong Whitworth 2-pounder cannonette.
Trying to get Dukes of Hazzard on it.
Yeah, okay, so that's the action here. I'm going to pass you across to my colleagues and see if they're doing anything helpful. Probably not. You know what they're like, I'm just kind of propping up the whole game.
Well, there's still no sign of the Inquisitor and our reinforcements, so I suppose we just have to get eaten by gigantic, monstrous demon princes. My Commissar Lord valiantly sacrificed his life fighting this. Just to give you an idea of how big this thing is, you know. Yeah, like fighting that in single combat.
Was it single combat, John? You had no backup from Marines or anything?
It's no big deal, yeah, you know. In order to allow my commanding officer to escape and link back up with the survivors here on the objective. You know, objectives, important stuff. Anyway, it's pretty much all in for the Guard now. It's just a question of waiting for the game to end so that we can all save our last las rounds for ourselves.
Templars, having lost their ironclad due to a typically cowardly Night Lord's attack, followed by a close assault,
Not that bitter.
in a moment of hatred, destroyed the unit and their lord to a man. And now, having watched the Commissar fight a demon and thinking,
Yeah,
did
just
alright.
stood there and watched.
We're going to add his name to the roll of honours, and maybe we'll step in on our next turn.
Well, justifiably, the Demon Prince has been the butt of many jokes today, but he's finally pulled it out the bag. Generating Smite on a 12, he survived the resulting perils and wiped out the unit of Black Templars before finishing off their apothecary in combat. So, what we've learned here is if you're going to have a good turn, save it until the very end. That was it from me.
Okay, tech call out was a failure. Message ends.
Well, the Demon Prince has avenged my lord who just got wiped out by the Black Templars. Thank you very much.
So it comes down to this. We all knew it was coming, but finally, as the commanding officer scuttled past and took cover in the lee of the objective, the order came through to fix bayonets. Essentially, we threw everything we had at the Demon Prince, getting him down to his last wound. But he could not be allowed the opportunity to break through, get onto the objective, and most importantly, kill the representation of me, Commander Cowardy Custard. So, a squad of Imperial Guard veterans charges in, and miraculously, energized by pure fear, manages to take out the final wound from this horrific beastie and send it back into the warp from whence it came. And they're going to be very pleased with themselves when the demon hunting Inquisitor finally shows up. At least until they immediately get executed.
Yes.
I would have got away with it if it weren't for those meddling orders.
Hey, I've got some like inquisitorial wine for you guys to share. After your awesome victory, have some of this drink. There's lovely.
Yes, it is.
It's a man's.
Like that.
Those little men.
It's a man's short, nasty life in the guard. Well done, men. We salute you.
On my way as well. I was on my way. Look, I'm on my way.
Well, now, yeah, it's just these.
Better late than
Just
never.
them guys hiding at the back.
Okay, so this is the end of the game. The Inquisitor and a couple of flunkies are hovering round on this objective. Over here, the Imperium have their second one, and we have some kind of guardsmen which I suspect are going to flood back to their CO and the dead end, where they're going to feel safest. Temporarily. Panning round, we've got the word bearer lord and one of the psychers that was stolen previously on two of the other objectives. Now these objectives dish out the kind of air purification to 4 of the atmospheric processing plants. So 2 of them have been infected by a virus, but more worryingly, the kind of main pump that goes to the kind of capital city, if you want to call it that, on Pekeshi 4 has now been infected here with these 2 kind of psychers. So not much left on the board. I think we can all agree this was an epic game with lots of epic moments.
Heroism.
Throughout. Yeah, and I think we tried to capture most of them on the kind of film, so hopefully you get to enjoy this. But we'll probably go into detail on another video with what this really means, because I think we'll probably in the next battle or 2 might have an effect somewhere.
Start making sense, Phil.
Yeah, exactly. You can never make sense of this sort of conflict.
Not up
It's
close.
senseless.
It's the fog of war.
Yeah.